These kittens are so tiny and they're very, very small. And they're very, very tiny by the window, that's all. It is Thursday. Kittens are waiting for birds to come. Stella is on the lower level. Gladys is on the upper level. John, yes, you're badgering Shanti Veda for dates. Yes, I want to see how can actually how deep she can actually dig for relative dates regarding my boat trip in to Bermuda, Rhode Island, all that stuff, June of 1980. Cause I know I was back in New York City in time to for your junior prom. I mean high school prom. All right, let's see what she comes up with. Okay, well, what she comes up with is that you were uh, only back in New York City on, I think, in July, right? Well, let's take a deeper look. Okay, it jives. It jives. It totally jives. She got all the dates and from 1980, and certainly I didn't remember them, but yeah, my prom was June 1st. Actually, that's crazy. Yeah. And John left for Bermuda the day after. Yes, that's correct. That's right. So this is really nuts. I remember now that the prom was before graduation. It was like a week before graduation. And John speaks of he was telling me just recently, 2 days ago, broke it to me that he was lurking around watching me get on a horse and carriage ride with my then boyfriend, who we call Ronnie, for to protect the guilty because he ended up having being pretty hardcore bad guy in my memoirs. Yeah, he's a real woman beater. Yeah, but he was nice at the prom. He still was in control of himself then, but just barely. So, so you were watching me all dressed up and getting in this horse and carriage by Central Park. And what were you wearing, John? I was wearing uh, like a denim, I believe denim cutoffs. I was real skinny. I was wearing denim cutoffs and like a long sleeve t shirt, but very threadbare, very lightweight, white, like an off white color, kind of ripped up. Um, I had my hair pulled back and I had a baseball cap on, and it was very dark outside, and you were not looking at me. Right. Did anybody else recognize you on the street? A couple of people might have looked my way. They always do, no matter how good I try to cover up. Again, the nose, you can't, my nose is right. Can't hide that nose, right? It's just distinctive. It's very beautiful. Hey, you. What are you flirting with me now? A little bit, baby. I'm joking with Lena because I told her you're always trying to catch me in a lie. But no, she does it. She's doing it the right way. I will tell her a situation, and dating back to especially the late 70s and 1980, before my assassination, when I saw her or was following her or this and that, she always has to check with dates. Where was he? Is it possible that he was? And yes, it was one day before my departure to Bermuda, and well, actually Rhode Island via Northport. Well, I don't remember the ports. We could look that up too. It's not really necessary, but and that was when I took that boat journey, and I had just seen you, Lena, as you had just passed your 18th birthday. You were getting into the horse and carriage. It was your prom night. You were the most beautiful thing I had ever seen in my life. I finally was seeing you, as a full woman and legal. And I was just, even though you were with your, boyfriend, who, he looked begrudgingly handsome. Together, you were a very good looking couple. As much as that irked me, I was thrilled because I thought, well, I'll go on my vacation now, and off to Bermuda I go. And when I get back, then we can really get cooking. I can go see her band play and meet her, and we'll get things rolling. Right, because your plan at the time was my plan was to meet you and be under the guise of discovering you musically and becoming your mentor in the music business and bringing you into the public's eye, and then finally somehow jogging your memory as to who we were together, Lena and John, twin flames, and our long crazy history in the 3D, the 5D, the 9D. So you already knew all that. Yeah, I was really becoming like a yogi. I was tapped all into that. I that's how I knew you were everything. That's how we found you, Yoko and and that's how I was able to keep tabs on you. That's how I knew. I mean, I knew where you went to high school. I figured you were going to your prom. I got all that information by all kinds of crazy means, but I got it, and I went and I recorded those horse hoof beats on that cement that night, and it's on my album. It's on the last song of uh, at the tail end of watching the wheels on the double fantasy record, and that's you, Lena, on that record. And somewhere way down low on there, you're among the voices mingled there too, the people chatting in the evening air. You're there. I I wanted you on the record, and you are there. That's really great. I mean, it's just so amazing. Yeah. So then you went to Bermuda, and that's where you had your musical resurgence. Yes. As I told everyone, my muse is back. I finally felt connected with you in a very profound way. I felt the reconnection happening right then and there um, after having seen you at Central Park. And I just began writing songs. And yes, we were writing together again. You probably were not aware of it in your earthly 3D state, but it's what was happening on my end. I was back with Lena when I took that boat trip, and I was steering the ship solo in the tumultuous uh, storm. That famous story of me screaming to the wind and singing sea shanties and talking to you, Lena, talking to you. And also Mother Yoko's spirit guiding me also through those tumultuous waves and that rocking boat. And after that journey, I was new. I was born again. And I began writing music again. And I had renewed enthusiasm about my life. And it was all happening. And you were there. You were my North Star. You were within reach now, and it was only going to be a very short matter of time before we were together again. Right. And then you were assassinated. Yes. I wish to God sometimes that that hadn't happened, but here we are. Here we are. Here we are. And so, are there any other questions you want to know about that night? No, not really. I barely remember that prom. I mean, little things here and there. You know that that guy was not important to me. Not really. I know that. I knew it then too. I could tell. That was another thing that I found very encouraging. I thought, look at how she's handling herself. She's very self-possessed. She's not crazy about him at all. I know how Lena acts when she's crazy about something and he's not it. Right, yeah. Good for you, John. Good for seeing that. Thanks, baby. All right, so as we move into the day, it is the day before Halloween. And just bringing up more crazy, scary stories. Nah, not really scary. They're exciting and they're nice and they mean a lot to me when you tell them to me. So thank you, John. Thank you, Lena, for being my story. Aw, anytime. Praise be God and Mother. We'll be back. We'll be back.